Yeah, I know a lot of you spend a lot of time at cafes.
You can see it's always like today is a Friday, so people should be at work.
That's true.
But it's always like this. People are always outside.
今を楽しむマインド。Hey guys, it's Chika. 皆さんこんにちは、チカです。Hope you guys watched our last video. 前回の動画はご覧いただけましたか？ 6年ぶりのヨーロッパでセルビアという国に行ってきました。オンライン英会話サービスのネイティブキャンプさんとのコラボで今回初めてセルビアという国に行かせていただいたのですが、めちゃくちゃいいところだった。Honestly speaking, I didn't know anything about the country before going. Everyone was super friendly. The food was great. The portions were a bit huge, but it was still really good. And everyone spoke English, so we didn't have any difficulties communicating. And oh my gosh, super family, kid-friendly. セルビアについていろいろとシェアしたいことがたくさんあるので、これからも動画でシェアできたらと思うのですが、今日はヨーロッパのマインドセット、ヨーロッパ、セルビアの人々から見た日本人、そしてめちゃくちゃ英語が流暢なのでどうやって英語を勉強したのか、そんなところについていろいろとシェアしたいと思います。Alright, so today we are having a very special lunch with the teachers from Native Camp. 今日はセルビア人のネイティブキャンプの講師の皆さんとランチをします。Yes, are you excited?
Yes, but more than 10 people.
Alright, let's go. セルビアの人々、特に若い世代はめちゃくちゃ流暢に英語が話せるらしく、ネイティブキャンプでは800人以上のセルビア人の講師の方々がいらっしゃるそうです。
Guys, welcome. We are happy to have you all here. And since it's our first time here together, maybe we can start with a short self-introduction.
So my name is Jasna. I'm from here, from Belgrade.
I've been a teacher here since November 2018.
I come from a small town in the south part of Serbia. For the last 10 years, I've been living abroad and traveling at the same time.
In my free time, I like doing photography. I'm also a photographer. Yeah, and I also like traveling a lot and spending time with my pets. Yeah.
こちらの講師の皆さんはもう毎日たくさんの日本人の方と接しているんですね。だから日本人のことにも詳しくなっていますし、日本の文化もいろいろと知っています。そんな皆さんが感じる、日本人の特徴、びっくりすることについて聞いてみました。
I have heard that a lot of people in Serbia are much more direct than Japanese people. 北村さん。
This is just my impression.
He's like, I didn't say that.
頑固だと思います、セルビア人。でもいい意味ですよ。で、自分の意見がやっぱりはっきりしてる人が多いなっていう。でもその分裏表がないというか。
日本とはそこの面は
そこははい、だからいい意味でシンプルで関わりやすいかなっていうのは思います。
Pretty correct.
Yeah, pretty correct. Like more self-expressive. If you have an opinion or if you think something.
I think from my experience talking to some Japanese people, like they tell me like we're in a meeting but we don't say anything in a meeting. Like I don't think that would happen very often in Serbia. Like if you're in a meeting, you're there for a reason. You're there to give your opinion.
Yeah.
Even if they don't agree with your opinion, at least you should say it out loud. So, and in Japan, it's very common. One of my students is like, oh, I have 4 meetings today, but I don't have to do anything. I just sit in the background. I'm like, why are you wasting your time being in a meeting? Like, I have to be there. So that is a little bit, I think, it's not very common in Serbia.
ちょっと聞いててあーっと思いますよね。でも確かにやっぱり意見を言う、発言するっていうところは、日本人があまり得意じゃない部分ですよね。やっぱり周りのこと気にしちゃったりとか、意見を言う前にいろいろと考えちゃったり、自分の意見をしっかり言うっていうところはアメリカもすごく似ているので分かります。会議に出るんだったら発言しないと意味がないっていうような考え方なので、やっぱ参加する、自分の意見を反対意見があったとしてもいいから言うっていうところはグローバルなワークプレイスであったら絶対に大事ですよね。
Well, it was funny because in the Philippines, they're saying that a lot of people will take a day off. I'm like, it's my aunt's birthday. I need to take a day off, which is unheard of in Japan. But for anyone's birthday, even if it was your mom's birthday or dad's birthday, it's like aunt's birthday. The only time Japanese companies are really flexible and giving you time off is weddings. Would people in Serbia take the day off to celebrate
Any excuse.
Any excuse to take the day off?
Yes.
Well, I feel like Japanese people are really hardworking compared to Serbian people because yes, So yesterday actually I had a student and he booked 2 lessons with me and I was like, oh, what did you do today? How was your day? And he told me that he worked 13 hours. And I was shocked, like how do you have energy to learn English after 13 hours of work? But that is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, a lot of them call me from their offices or when they're going back home. There's a break, lunch break.
Every little time slot they can get.
Or waking up early in the morning before going to work,
Yes,
which is for me a huge shock at first. Seeing people who really wake up at 4 in the morning to study English.
Like
I
get some
have
sleep.
mothers who wake up like 4 in the morning so they can have lessons before the kids wake up, and I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, very
That requires a lot of dedication, like to do something like that.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
日本人はやっぱり真面目で hardworking、すごく誇らしいことですよね。私も、外国の方とも日本人の方とも一緒にお仕事しますけれど、やっぱり日本人とお仕事をする時の安心感っていうのはありますね。やっぱり責任感強いし、細かなところも同じ感覚でコミュニケーションを取れたり、スケジュールのことだったり、いろんな人がいますが、でもその根本的な日本人の真面目さっていうのは、お仕事する上でもすごく大事だし、私もいいなって感じます。All of you learned English, went through that process. It was difficult for you at all, or is it just kind of a natural process that all of you go through since going? I mean,
I think it's difficult, like any subject in school.
Yeah.
Like you are learning something for the first time, so in the beginning, of course, you have no idea what's going on. Like the alphabet is different, the words are different, pronunciation is different. So it is difficult at first. In school, like we do grammar, we read, and I would say very similar to Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
What is
like
the difference? I'm trying to figure out.
Yes,
of course, yes.
But I would say, at least in my small town, we didn't have a lot of opportunity to speak. So it was reading grammar, and that's it. Through school, I didn't have great grades in English, but
Really?
yeah, I think it's more the experience after school, like when you finish school and when you start using English in your daily life, and the more you speak, the better you get. So.
Yeah.
To be honest, I never used English before Native Camp.
Really?
Only for reading and watching videos, movies. But I did speak so well. Thank you. But I never used English language with someone, so I first started doing that when I started working in Native Camp. And of course, at first it was kind of difficult for me to find the words right away. But as more as I worked, as more as I spoke with students, it kind of got better.
Just a matter of practice.
Right.
日頃はセルビア人同士はセルビア語だし、基本セルビア語なんですよ。で英語を話す機会はそこまでないとか、その学校では日本と同じように文法ばっかり勉強するよみたいな声もある中、こんなにも喋れるようになるのっていう疑問。So it's everything outside of school, like the environment,
Yes.
and there's probably a lot more English in that environment.
I was lucky because I watched a lot of Cartoon Network when I was growing up, and without any subtitles. So basically, I absorbed a lot of words and phrases, and when I started learning English, I already knew the basics, and I already knew how to communicate. Throughout my education, I improved grammar and all, but the basics of the language, I have to say that I'm grateful for Cartoon Network and the channels I watch there. And like I've learned from my students that they don't have enough English channels on their cable TV. They are always surprised. Oh really, I'm so jealous. I'm watching English on Netflix or Amazon Prime. I would really like to have more English channels on my cable TV. What I've learned so far is that we are used to listening to English, and I think that's why it's so normal for us.
ヨーロッパの方って英語を話せる方多いと思うんですけれど、やっぱりその環境、英語に触れる機会がたくさんあること、テレビのチャンネルに英語のものがたくさんあったりっていうので、こんなにも違うんだなと感じます。
Like being able to travel to other countries so easily, like you have to learn foreign languages. Like you can't go somewhere else and just speak Serbian. Yeah.
But you have to be interested in it. Yeah, you have to have that, how can I say, motivation to learn something new and like it, of course.
あとね、隣にいろんな国があるから、やっぱりそこで共通言語がないとなかなかコミュニケーション取れないっていうのもあって、皆さん英語を話せるんですけど、すごいなと思います。今回講師の方々とこうやって会ってお話しすることによって思ったのが、ネイティブキャンプさんって第2言語として英語を習得されている講師の方々が多く在籍しているので、その学ぶ過程 をしっかり分かっているんですよね。
Usually people want to have native speakers as teachers, or like in a lot of countries you will see require only native teachers. But I think it's a big advantage of non-native teachers that we went through the same process that you are going through. I think non-native teachers should be appreciated more.
そして最後には前回の動画で日本人スタッフの北村さんがおっしゃっていた、
セルビア人ってそのバケーションに行くために借金をするんですよ。でそういうパッケージがもう元からあるらしいんですよ。
実際セルビアの人々に聞いてみました。
We talked about how Japanese people will like save for that trip someday that they will take. But is that
My mom has, I think, 45 days a year, like free, and like she just took 35 days. So no saving. Like
バケーションローンと一見思うかもしれませんが、その裏にあるのは、今を楽しむマインド、将来のことを考えるのももちろん大事ですけれど、将来のことでいっぱいいっぱいになりすぎて今をエンジョイできなかったら、意味がないですよね。で、将来もいずれはいつかの今になるから、その今を楽しむっていうことをできないと永遠と何かをずっと追いかけ続ける、何か先のことをいつも目指している状態。もちろんそういうこともすごくワクワクするし、なんかこのね、私もなんかいろいろ出したいものとかやりたいことがたくさんあって、いつもそっちに向いて動いてるんですけれど、今しかできないことっていうのもあるじゃないですか。例えば子育てしていたら、今しか子供たちは今の年齢じゃないんですよ。この時期って今しかないのに、そこを大切にするっていうこととか、なんか今しかできないことっていうのをもっと考えながら自分も生きていかなきゃなっていう刺激になりました。
what is like the most important thing in life to you guys? Having fun. Yeah.
Finding happiness in small things.
Finding some happiness in small things. Yeah.
Living today and having fun and lifting somebody else up.
I would say the same, just living, being present in the moment, because plans change so fast. Like even you have plans for next week, something is going to happen. So yes, of course, it's important to have a plan for the future, but it doesn't have to be in detail, like everything. In 5 years, I'll buy a house. In 6 years, I'll have a kid. So I think some people focus on planning everything in a small detail, and then once something changes, they're disappointed. And then the life is over. Like, no, just be happy with what you have.
Yeah, because happiness is something that you feel in the moment, like every other emotions. So we shouldn't be like, oh, I will be happy when insert, like when I get married, when I have children, whatever.
Yeah, working for like being happy now instead of happy someday, right?
I think just enjoying every moment that we get, because future is so unpredictable, so I think enjoy every single moment that we get in life. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, you are all teaching English to Japanese people, but with your mindset, you're probably teaching them a lot more.
I'm definitely guilty of living for the future and not being as present as I should be now. Just because there are so many things I want to do and so many things I want to accomplish, so I'm always thinking about those things. But there are things that you can only do now. So talking to all the people in Serbia just made me realize, like, okay, let's focus on the future, but also on now as well. Not forget to enjoy the moment, because, you know, being happy is being happy in the moment, as Anastasia said. And I totally agree with that. You know, not being like, I will be happy when this happens. I will be happy when this. So this was a very inspiring trip for me as well. Something that I really needed to hear. And I think a lot of us in Japan might be this way. As we said, we save for that trip. Not saying go take out a vacation loan, but, you know, don't overthink things. Just do it and focus on the things you can do now and you can only do now. やっぱり海外に行くといろんな考え方とか働き方、マインドセットがいろいろとそれぞれ違うのですごく刺激になります。自分も人生で大切なものって何なんだろうとか、どういう働き方がいいんだろうとか、自分に合ってるのは何なんだろうとかっていうのをいろいろと今回ネイティブキャンプさんとコラボさせていただいて、フィリピンのセブに行って、今回はセルビアのベオグラードに来ていろいろと感じました。いろんな考え方を持っている人たちと触れるって すごく大事だなと今回改めて思いました。でそれをオンライン英会話とかを通して気軽にできるこの時代ってすごくないですか？めちゃくちゃ贅沢。もちろん英語習得がねメインの目的なのかもしれないですけれど、実はその過程で他にもいろんなことを習得しているはずなんですよね。考え方、マインドが広がりますよね。We are living in such an amazing time where we can connect with everyone around the world. And English is definitely a tool that's going to help you do that. もうやらない理由がない。今回はネイティブキャンプさんという最も利用されているオンライン英会話のサービスの裏側、実際ね拠点に行ってそこのスタッフの皆さんどんなお仕事をどのようにしているのかを知れたり、講師の方々と接してどんな考え方の方がこうやって画面の向こう側にいるのかとかっていうのを知って、改めて本当にこういうオンライン英会話がある時代って素晴らしいなと思いました。そしてこのコラボを通して本当に自分もたくさん刺激されました。So huge thanks to Native Camp for this collaboration and for all the people that we met on this journey. It was amazing talking to all of you guys. I'm not an English learner, but you have inspired me in lots of different ways. 皆さんにとっても英語学習だけじゃなくて人生について、生き方についてっていうようなヒントもたくさん詰まっている内容だったら嬉しいです。もしこちらの動画で刺激になったと思ったらぜひいいねを押してください。And I will see you guys again soon. Bye! We come alive.